While living in this apartment, I have done a lot of renter-friendly hacks to try to transform the space and bring in some personality for it. Well, now that it has been announced, I am moving, and in order to get my deposit back, all of these renter-friendly hacks have to come down. Hi everyone, I'm Allie and welcome to my channel. My time here in this little one-bedroom apartment is over and it's time to begin tearing down all of the little accent walls that I did, all of the things I hung up on the wall, because I need to make sure I get that deposit back. Now, of course, that is going to include this board and batten wall behind me, which I have done a follow-up on already at 1 year, and we need to see if it can remove and if my theory that it is 100% renter friendly and removable is true. I actually do want to start in the front of the apartment at the entryway because I did do a couple renter friendly hacks over that way as well. So let's hop on over to the entryway. So we're starting in the entryway, and just a quick note before we begin taking down the wall behind me, I apologize, the lighting is not the best. I also feel like I'm a mess right now because we are in the process of moving and have a ton of moving boxes blocking the main source of light, but nonetheless, this does have to come down. So I think we have to first get the decor out, and then we have to get the wallpaper down, get the beadboard down. We have a lot to do, so let's get started. I want to first remove the coat rack. This is up using screws in the wall, so it should just lift up pretty easy. Just like that. Perfect. And now the beadboard is being held up just with some of those picture hanging command strips, so I think I should be able to just pull it off. That is just so easy. That is so great. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy with how easy this is coming down in the entryway here. Next up is the peel and stick wallpaper, and I'm pretty sure that's just going to be an easy peel right up off the wall. So let me get this started. I am gonna do this very gently though, because I don't wanna like pull in the weird direction and it rips off the paint or the drywall, just to be extra cautious. Okay, we're in the dining room now. I can't believe how easy it was to take down everything in the entryway. It came off so seamlessly. You can't even tell that I put anything up on the wall that crazy and that big of a transformation. Now it is time probably for what you're waiting for and just see this board and batten wall come down. But before I can take this wall down, I did also put these shelves up and they're kind of in the way, blocking me from taking the wall down. So we're gonna remove these first. So these command strips on the wall right here have been up pretty much for the same amount of time that this board and batten wall has been up, and that's held up primarily with command strips. So these will be a good test to see if the command strips are gonna peel off any paint before I give it a try over here on the main accent wall. Those came off really cleanly, so I have a lot more confidence going into tackling this. Now, if you remember or if you go back and watch this video and see how I put this up on the wall, these boards are on with command strips. Then right here, the wall portion is actually removable contact paper. And to hide the seam so you wouldn't tell that there was like a layer of command strip behind the board, I did use some caulking to hide that. So you are going to have to cut that away using a utility knife very, very carefully and making sure that you're not cutting into the actual wall itself. I already just did a quick test. It does appear like it's going to work. Let's see if we can do this and safely remove all of these boards. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if this first board will come down. That's a good sign. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so good. That worked so well. Okay. It's gonna come down, and this is gonna come down. That's great. I'm so relieved. I knew that this was going to be renter friendly and be able to be removed, but the fear, because I've had it up on the wall for so long that I was like, this is gonna solidify or like not ever come down. I was afraid, but it looks like so far we are doing well. Well, that worked. The whole top board is off and it worked. I'm really relieved. I can't even begin to explain. So what I found worked the easiest for removing this board and batten wall was after I would loosen the board a little bit, I pulled up on it so that you could see that the wallpaper slightly detached from the actual wall, and then I was able to slide the knife down that space that it created. That way I didn't have to worry about coming in contact with the actual wall itself. After that, it was pretty easy and quick to get this off the wall. I couldn't believe how easy this all came down, and the contact paper was so easy to pull off the wall. It just came right on down, no concerns about peeling the paint or it sticking too much. It was perfect. Now, I am going to show you this part. You will see here, I'm starting to peel back the paper, and then I decided that I was gonna be a little extra confident in this and just see if I could pull the board right off the wall instead of doing that removal of the caulk like you had seen me doing with the knife. And if you can't tell by my reaction right here, I did pull off a little bit of the paint. If I wouldn't have done that, this would have been completely avoided, and I wouldn't have removed this little bit of paint off the wall. It would have come down just as seamless as everything else. So use that as just your little warning. Don't get too confident in the removal process, and everything will go well. The wall is completely taken down, and this room feels so bare without it. It worked pretty well. However, in full transparency, I will tell you about this one section. Toward the end, I was getting maybe a little too overconfident in my ability to tear down this wall, and I did rip off a little bit of the paint, just the top layer, which is not a big deal, I don't think, at the end of the day. Now that this wall is down, I do want to kind of reflect on it for just a couple minutes. As I said, I do miss all of the character that I brought into the space, and it is definitely something that I could see myself doing in my next apartment. The reason I used the contact paper was because it was the most cost-effective way of doing this project, and also because I only had a small little sedan car at the time, so I couldn't fit large boards into it. Now I have an SUV, so I could definitely do some more larger scale projects. So the contact paper method, this board and batten wall method that I did in this video, 100% still completely recommend, especially if you want to stick to a budget, you don't have a big vehicle to transport supplies in, and you just want that customization that can easily peel down. I would maybe skip the caulking step. I don't think it's necessary. And if you do have the ability to transport supplies, I think that it would be maybe more feasible to just assemble everything on one board and then go pop it right up on the wall using some command strips. Overall, I'm just feeling so proud of myself for trying that project, and also that it worked and it was successful and it was 100% renter friendly. And I'm rambling way too much, but I felt like I needed to give my final review and say that you should definitely try this if you have an apartment, whether you do either of the methods that I mentioned. I do still have a couple more things to do. I need to remove the lampshade on the light fixture. That was a renter hack. I also need to take down the wallpaper in the kitchen, and we have to spackle. You might as well come and just spackle along with me so I have some company. And so yeah, let's stop rambling. Let's get back to work. We have a lot to do before move out.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you don't find 'cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. 'Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are
All of the removable wallpaper is down in the kitchen, and I will say I honestly was not a huge fan of that product as I was removing it. It really was sticking to the walls very well. Like the stuff I put in the entryway came down so seamlessly. Even the contact paper I used in the board and batten wall, that came down a little bit easier too. This one was a little bit trickier to peel off, and I did find that in a couple spots, it did peel up the paint just a little bit, but quite honestly, the paint that peeled up, I noticed were in areas where it was going to do that anyway, even probably with a good scrub when you're cleaning the wall. So overall, all of these renter-friendly things that I tried for the first time really made a major impact, and they all seem to work. I think it just really depends on the conditions of your walls, your apartment. I give them all, except for maybe this removable subway tile, an A+ for renter-friendliness. I'd give the subway tile a B. I would still recommend it, but maybe just do something different behind the stove. Everything is down in the apartment. I still have some nail holes to fill, but other than that, I'm done. And that means it's time to move out. And that means in my next video, I'm going to show you which apartment we chose. And I'm so excited to give you that reveal because I'm sure you have been waiting for it. So if you don't want to miss any of these videos with the new apartment reveal, all of the room makeovers and renter-friendly hacks that are in store, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any time I post. In the meantime, you can check out all the videos where I put up these renter-friendly hacks at the playlist that is on the screen right here. And that's everything I have for you in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!